Hi everyone, welcome to another episode by Poor Man Gamer. Today we're gonna go through some of my absolutely terrible losses in which I got crushed using a new Knot deck. So I've seen a lot of really high level players use the Infernal and a Phantom, and I thought, hey, maybe I should give it a try. So it's not that it was a bad mistake, it's not really a deck that I'm good with, and I got crushed. I really prefer my Giga Cannon deck, and so I'm going to show you exactly what happened here in my match history. I originally recorded some videos, but the audio and the video wasn't synced, and I was having a lot of technical difficulties, so I wasn't able to review my Rivals Champions. I want to show you guys some of the matchups, so for that I apologize. Next Rival Championship that comes around, I'll show you guys how I did. Yeah, I lost all my replay. I didn't realize the video wasn't working, and very frustrating. So here I'm going to show you a guy who uses the Scarabs really well, and how I absolutely got curb stomped. I should have been able to beat him, right, if I played a little better. So I started with a Harvester. So there's a couple weaknesses in this deck, which is if I try to go up and you run into a Scarab, well, there it is. It doesn't work out well for me. Notice how my Fog of War didn't open as quickly as I was hoping it would either. So that kind of left me to a downside. I roll out a Flame Troop thinking, alright, let's see where his Scarab is going to do. But he already rolled it out faster than I could react. So I made sure to sacrifice my Missile Squad and try to capture that top tile. But notice the genius here. Instead of continuously pushing out Scarabs, which is what 99,000% of the time new players do, he rolls out a Venom and I get crushed. So I just go send my Flame Squad down and just sacrifice it. Mistake number 2. What I should have done here, instead of opening up the War Factory, is just build more Missile Troops, because they will eventually do enough damage against Venoms. But instead of doing that, now he's on all 3 tiles and I lose that first missile very quickly. Now he rolls out his Banshee, right? And he takes out my Flame Squad, so I'm going to use it to sacrifice against his Scarab here. Problem solved. But then now I've got 2 bikes and he's got a Missile Squad. And notice how every single step of the way he's countered me really well. There's his frickin' Scarab again, right? And now I'm attacking, instead of using 2 bikes, I'm using 1, right? My bad micro there. He's rolling his Banshee, and again he crushes my bikes. So I try to move my Flame Troops down, but he actually opened with a level 10 Drill Pod, which I didn't see ahead of time. And notice how this whole match he's been playing super well. And my economy is just suffering because I'm losing a lot of good players. Look, another bad mistake there. Instead of shooting that Banshee first, it decided to shoot his Missile Squad. Even though... and right now it's a mad scramble, and I know I already lost this game because I wasn't able to jump on all 3 tiles. Game's over. So there's a perfect example of how somebody with Scarabs uses it very well. And I applaud him for it. He used it incredibly, right? So by sheer luck, I played the exact same player twice, right? I'm going to show the second replay. The problem with Scarabs is if you play the exact same player, and you know the Scarab is coming, a lot of players do not adjust their style of play. This guy does it very well. I'm going to open my Fog of War here. I roll out a Harvester, and once again, I'm rolling out... I switched up my deck, so I'll have a Knot Buggy this time. I got rid of my Missile Squad. And look, he defends it really well. So here's mistake number 1. What I should have done right here, knowing his position of the Scarab, I should have rushed my bike early. I don't know what I was waiting for. Bang, I got blocked. And so I'm not able to give it an early rush. I do the best I can here to take out his Banshee, take out his Missile Squad. I'm trying to win that first missile. Notice how he positioned his Scarab and moved it up into a very strong position. Very smart move on his part. So then that way he gets a stronger position. I'm trying my best to take out his Banshee, which is actually pretty strong. He's going to have an advantage now with the Missile Squad there. He uses his Missile Squad phenomenally well, this guy. And so yeah, I got to give it to him. He's a really good player, right? And I'm probably going to steal his deck. So he opens with a Phantom now, right? Which is obviously going to crush my Banshee. So down goes the Banshee, right? And now look at my economy. I'm slow to get units out. Fault is more my own than anything. But notice how his micro is so much faster than mine. He does something very, very smart here, and what I didn't pay attention to. The Phantom, it does quite a bit of damage against the base over time, and so do those stupid... Alright, so let's pause here. I am scrambling all over the place. I can't talk fast enough. He pressures me with his missile squad to counter my bikes. He uses his scarabs and positions them perfectly so I can't get on the tiles. He's got a flame squad there on the bottom, so now I'm all over the place. I'm not building units fast enough, right? I find it a lot of flame squad, but because of the nature of this map, I have to walk so far, right, to get this win. By the time I take out this Phantom, and my flame squads are there, and I try to roll it out, look how much freaking distance I have to cover. I try to keep this missile going, and not let him stall it out any more than he has to. And once again, he uses his scarabs really, really, really well to position, right? I don't want to lose my Banshee here, so I finally am able to get his Harvester, but I think by now it was just too little too late. I pointlessly built another flame squad here, and he gets a missile in turn to counter me, and this is where I gotta give him kudos. So far as you can see, I have played very, very poorly because he's used his scarabs really, really well, and he actually flame rushes my base, and that's the end of that. Game over. So what beautiful play, right? I gotta give him credit. Sorry, I thought I lost. By the time I roll out the Infernal, he opens with another drill pod. All it takes is just like one more flame shot and it's game over for me. So here I try to open with an Infernal to try to hold the middle and get rid of those stupid bugs where I can with the flames. Right? I sacrifice a bike there to try to get position. And I'm doing everything I can to force my way in and not stall out this missile. But this guy is just micros his unit so well. Look what happens here. I try to tile block him. He gets a step on me. I don't do enough damage on him even with the charge up, and he beats me just before I can get off that second missile. So this guy's a phenomenal player. I gotta give him credit. Very unconventional deck, and sometimes the weird works. I try to open with a... let me show you one more deck where I got crushed. So challenge battle initiated. I've been trying to use the Infernal. Here's the reason. I've been stuck on level 7 with my Infernal for so long. I finally got some cards and got to level 8. I got overexcited and decided to start using it. Simple as that. Then I realized I have no idea what I'm doing with it. So I open with a Harvester. I open with a Missile Squad. So far everything looking good, right? I'm doing damage to his Harvester. Things are going well. Mistake number 1, instead of opening with a War Factory, should have built more missile squads, right? Big mistake here, because that cost me more economy than I needed to spend. He rolls out a Predator tank, and this is where I know I'm in trouble. I try to back off my tank, roll out my missile squad. Mistake number 2, instead of putting my bike on the other side, I should have just kept it there. I should have moved my missile squad more aggressively. I didn't. Now he's getting free shots on my Harvester. I roll out a bike, right? But look at this poor decision making. You see what I did with the bike there? It went around, then came back, went around, then came back, and then he sniped it. And now I'm in even more trouble because now I finally try to counter with a Predator tank. I'm gonna lose this missile already, right? I can't get on it fast enough. He blocks me off. Out comes a Giga Cannon. And at this stage of the game is not looking good, right? I try to move my Harvester down because I'm scared his Giga Cannon is going to come up. His Giga Cannon crushes everything I have in the middle. I do what I can and open a Missile Squad. He opens a Drill Pot in perfect timing to kill my Missile Squad counter. I'm trying my best to protect my Harvester to keep the economy, right? He baits me by going down, and look what he does here. He shifts everything back to the top. He blocks off the entire top area so I can't access it anymore. And his Giga Cannon, I'm just going to speed it up. He's going to crush my base. And what a beautiful tactician, this guy. Right? Absolutely brilliant play. So guys, I hope you learned something from this as much as I have. And thank you for watching. As always, stay cool.